What's up, guys? Arizona Arcade Heroes here. Forget about Arcade 1-Up. Today we're going to be modding an early 80s video poker machine. Here we go.
Suspect sighted.
Roger, Chief.
Where the hell are you?
We're on our way.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Arizona Arcade Heroes. Now, this is going to be a cool project, so I'm going to walk you through this step by step in this video, but this is something that I haven't ever seen before anyone do, but I got the idea and I'm going to roll with it. Now, maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't. I'm sure there's going to be some hiccups along the way, but you can see what I got here is this is an early 80s, in fact, it's 1982 Las Vegas draw poker machine. Now, where did I get this, you say? Well, my neighbor, who actually goes and junks things out of people's houses and takes them to the dump, he found this thing on their front patio. And let me show you what this thing looks like. It's pretty awesome. So you can see it's pretty cool. It was filthy dirty when he brought it over, and it looked like it had been in a rainstorm. But he assured me it hadn't been rained on. As you can see, I plugged it in, and it lights up. It actually still has the original tags on it from Games of Nevada, and you can see it's marked on there 1982. So it's a pretty old one. Actually, this one says 84, but I looked up the machine online and I found it, which I'll show you in this video, and it's from 1982. It's an official games draw poker machine by International Gaming Technologies. So these things are pretty vintage. Now, the cool thing about this is that the glass is all here. It's not broken. You can see I've kind of shined up the chrome a little bit. It was filthy. It took me probably an hour to clean it up on just the outside. All the glass is intact right here, and it's amazing to me that the original fluorescent tubes are still lighting up. Now, if you open this bad boy up, you can see it's got a lot of cool stuff in here. This is what I love. Now, the coolest thing right away you can see is the coin op. And it's got these, I told you, the fluorescent lights in here are still working. It's amazing. The TV tube, unfortunately, is shot. And basically, the idea that I have is, you guys know, I could probably order the parts for these. I could search all over eBay, and I could spend a really long time trying to restore this back to its original state. Now, I looked online, and in the current condition it's in, it's worth a couple $100 just because of the nostalgic case of it, the case that's in the cabinet. And the glass being intact. Those are highly sought after. But what I've decided to do is I've decided to modify this thing with a brand new LCD monitor. I'm going to put brand new buttons on the top, and I'm going to put a Raspberry Pi inside of this thing so you can play casino games all day. I'm going to put thousands of games on here, and then down here you can see it's got this coin bucket where the coins fall down. I'm actually thinking of using that as a control holder so you can put controllers down there. I'm going to put a subwoofer in this thing, and I'm going to put some speakers on it with an amplifier, and we're going to turn this into a gaming jukebox entertainment center. So buckle up, guys. Let's get started. Now, the first thing I've got to do is gut this thing out. So as you guys see, everything inside of here has to go. There's a lot of stuff. It's got tons of wires, tons of circuit boards, tons of screws, tons of nuts, tons of bolts. So I'm going to gut everything out. So we'll start with that. It's going to take me a while, but I will show you what this looks like once I get it gutted out. Here we go. Alright, guys, so it actually only took me about an hour to do this. I thought it was going to take a lot longer, but after about a couple hundred screws and some nuts and bolts and some prying and digging, I actually got everything gutted out of here. So voila, we have an empty cabinet. And you can see the nice thing about this is that the glass is still all intact. So I'm going to keep the outside of this thing completely original. It's got all the chrome nice and shiny. It's got the glass piece here, it's got the glass piece here, and the glass piece here. No chips, no scratches, no dings. Beautiful. So I'm going to put some LEDs in there. Now the next step is going to be finding a 14-inch monitor to put in here. So let's go find a 14-inch monitor. Alright guys, so we're getting into the nitty gritty here of this poker machine. So I wanted to see, it took me a long time. I had to drive all over town to find a 14-inch monitor. And what I did was I installed these little hooks, got them at Walmart. They're just going to hang over the ledge right here on the front of the poker cabinet. Because you remember I took the tube TV out, so we needed an LCD. And then these only have VGA on them, so I went ahead and got one of these VGA off of Amazon to HDMI converters. And I had to make sure and get the one that had the audio, because obviously this isn't going to put any audio out to my amplifier. So I'm going to install this, and then we're going to move on to the sound system. Alright guys, so this thing was red, but I decided if I was going to be making this to sell to a client, I wanted it to pop. So I bought a couple cans of cherry red gloss spray paint and went outside and just layered this thing. I actually put about 6 coats on it because I wanted to make sure it was super bright and it would pop super cool. So threw some paint on, let's head back in and hook up our audio. Alright guys, so we're not super organized in here yet. I still got to clean up all the wires, but I went ahead and put this amplifier in here that is Bluetooth capable. I'll put that link in the description. And then I put this Sony subwoofer in here. I will also put the link in the description for that. And there's our Raspberry Pi 3B, so I will put the link in the description for that. And then you can see I've got my 14-inch monitor hooked up with my VGA, I always get that mixed up, HDMI to VGA converter. And what I'm going to do is these wires that are coming across, I'm going to put them all in tubes like this so they don't get chopped or anything when you shut the door. But I also picked up these controllers on Amazon. Now these are just because there's a coin tray in the bottom, and I'm going to have these controllers kind of resting in there so that if you want to play, you can pull the controllers out and play right from there, right from the coin deck. Oh, there goes our Raspberry Pi. Let's put that back up. We don't want that to break. But basically where we're at right guys is I'm gonna go ahead and shut this door down, and then we're going to see if this will fire up and play. I'm going to try to play a couple music videos that I have on my Raspberry Pi. So here we go. So there you have it. We have our Raspberry Pi hooked up to a 1982 vintage draw poker machine. So you can see I've got it set up to where it's got over 20,000 games between Atari all the way to Dreamcast, and it's ready to play. So thank you so much for watching this video. I wanted to give you a good look at this. Let me give you a look at this with the lights out because it's definitely worth it. Alright, so I'm going to crank it up a little bit just so you can see how loud it is. Alright guys, so that was a ton of work, but I think it turned out awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and you know what? After all that work, I think I deserve a beer. Time to go play with my video poker machine and play some video games. Thanks for watching Arizona's Arcade Heroes, and as usual, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and please, like always, like and subscribe for more tutorials. I'm out.